What's up, boys? Checking out some player props today over on Prize Picks. Prize Picks, if you guys didn't know, my favorite website for some player props. Definitely recommend joining. It's available in most states, so check if it's in yours. And download the app. Use code DOMG when you guys do sign up. They match your first deposit 100% up to $100. Definitely recommend joining. I know a lot of you guys have been joining with my promo code. Seriously appreciate you guys. Helps me out a lot. Helps you guys out too. So we're going to go ahead and talk about some of these. Last 2 days have been kicking our ass. Pretty bad. So 3 days ago, really good. Sitting, best day ever, like on the Patreon. Last 2 days, shit the bed. It was horrible. I'm pretty pissed off about it. And it's not like we're completely getting killed. It's like we're off by just a little bit every single time. Like Jaren Jackson Jr., man. I could go on a rant for forever about this, but he was half a rebound off, and their shooting guard had 17 rebounds. He needed one more just to get 6. It was so freaking annoying yesterday, but yeah, we're moving on. New day, new opportunities. Got a pretty good slate today. So I got a couple for you guys in today's game, but let's go ahead and talk about these. So if you guys are interested in joining the Patreon, a lot of you guys have been joining that. Link is in my description. $10 a month, you guys get my picks every single day. If you guys are interested in joining that, we're profit on the year by it's still a really good amount. So if you guys are interested in joining, you can. But we're looking for a better day today. So, but yeah. So Prize Picks link, Patreon link in the description, and then also free Discord link down in the description. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about these though, and just finally make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. Really does help me out. You guys have been killing it with the support on the channel lately. Seriously, man, you guys are amazing. We grew this channel like 1,000 subs in like literally like 2-3 months. So you guys are insane. Seriously appreciate you guys. But we're gonna go ahead and finally hop into this. Sorry for the really long intros. Just got a lot to go ahead and talk about here. So first one here, we're rocking with Joel Embiid again. So he's been doing amazing for us. But we're hopping on it right again. So he opened at 27.5 at like 2 in the morning last night. I took him at 27.5. There was like a League of Legends. I don't have any more. Yeah, this guy was at like 2.5 kills. So I took him over to 3. And then I took Joel Embiid over 27.5 points. And now he's up to 29.5. I don't know why he was that low. It kind of sketched me out a little bit. So, but he's back up to 29.5 now. So it's a little interesting with Joel Embiid here. But we're talking with him today. So he needs 30 points. Some quick stats on him. 9 out of 10 in his last 10. He has hit at least 30 points. I believe he's going for a record tonight, like a franchise record. So that maybe factors into a little bit. He's played Boston twice this season. He had 13 points in his the first matchup and 41 points in the second matchup. So a little bit boomer bust, it seems like, for Joel Embiid against Boston, at least in the first 2 games. So we'll see if he can go ahead and hit 30 points tonight. Hopefully he can. But yeah, that's the first one we're kind of taking a look at here. Let's take a look at this game, though. Look a little bit more in depth on here. So 3.5 point spread, 210 over under. Ben Simmons is out. Crazy. But yeah, we're taking a look at center going against Boston here. So season long points against Boston. Let's take a look where Boston's at against center. So it actually seems like they're one of the better teams against the center position. So yeah, it's going to be a tougher matchup for him. So we'll see. He's killed this. Like I said, 9 out of 10 in his last 10. He's destroyed this number lately. But it looks like he's going to have a harder matchup today against the Boston Celtics. We take a look at the last 7 games to see how Boston has been. And they are still the 4th hardest defense against centers in the league. So it makes sense they have Al Horford and Robert Williams guarding the rim. So it's a little bit tougher for Joel Embiid today. It's a good spot. I mean, just for his constant hit rate. But he does have a really tough matchup today. So we'll see how he does. Probably not my favorite prop of the day, but one that I'm leaning towards just because of his high hit rate. I think you just kind of gotta. What I'm doing is riding the wave on him, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tougher one here for Joel, especially in like a low over under game too. I don't know. It's sketchy one today, in my opinion, for Joel Embiid. But all right, let's move on here. Another one that's probably not my favorite, but is a pretty good one. He screwed us over the other night, but Jared Allen. We took him over against Utah. He screwed us pretty bad in that one, so that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. But yeah, the Gobert was out and Whiteside was out, so we quick hopped on Jared Allen, and yeah, did not go the way we wanted it to. So, but yeah, he's still in a pretty good spot though. I mean, he needs 16 points today. He's usually at 16.5, but he's 5 for 10 in his last 10, 60% at hitting this season. So 60% of the season is pretty freaking good. But let's take a look at this game a little bit. So let's take a look at the Celtics right here, Jared Allen. So Jared Allen going against the Spurs, a little bit of a higher over-under, Not really, but compared to the other one. 220.5, and then 3.5 point spread, so it should hopefully not blow out. There was a ton of blowout games yesterday, but it really looks like there shouldn't be any blowouts today. Besides that Hornets game. I think this is the only one, and the Toronto game. So Toronto and Orlando. I think any game Toronto and Orlando play, though, are going to be, Detroit and Orlando play, are going to end up in blowouts. So usually most of the time. But yeah, 11-point spread and 8.5-point spread. So be aware of taking overs on those because of the potential blowout potential. But Jarrett Allen is a weird one because he hits this a good majority of the time when he has the minutes and it's not a blowout situation. If he has the minutes, he gets it done, no problem. But if he doesn't, that's when it gets bad. So you just kind of got to be aware of it. Like, he lost down a ton of minutes the other night against Utah because I think they were getting blown out, or they were blowing them out. I think Utah was beating the crap out of them by like 20 points. So he didn't really get the full minutes, but it's a game where it's a 3.5-point spread. It should stay a little bit closer. But let's go and take a look. I'll stop talking and get to the numbers here. So against the Spurs, it's one of the easier matchups. So Spurs looking pretty good. An easy defense against the center position. Let's switch it to the last 7. And the Spurs are about right in the middle. So 23.48 is the number in their last 7 games. So it's a little bit of an easier matchup for Jarrett Allen today, which is a good look. Utah where was Utah when they just played them? This is season long, but yeah, they were a little bit on the harder side-ish. But I don't know. Should still be a pretty good spot for Jarrett Allen today, hopefully, against the Spurs. So I like him to grab 16 points. So, all right. I always recommend doing your own research, by the way. Only usually 1 or 2 of these picks make it to the Patreon at the end of the night. So just saying. Always do your own research for sure. Last one here for points, and we'll move on to a rebound one and a 3-point makes one. But Christian Wood destroyed this the other night. I thought about taking him. I really wish I did because he grabbed this in the first half or the early third quarter or something. But yeah, 17.5 for Christian Wood today. 23, 14, 22, 20, and 22 in his last 5 games. He needs 18 today against the Sacramento Kings. So 4 to 5 in his last 5, averaging 20.2 in his last 5. Let's take a look at this game here. Actually, some quick stats real quick. He's 7 out of 10 in his last 10, and he was 2 for 2 against the Kings last season. So he's not played them this season, but Houston Rockets here. Let's take a look here. Houston Rockets. Christian Wood, center, going against the Sacramento Kings. 5-point spread, 239 over-under. Very, very good look. I love this right here for Christian Wood. Super high over-under game, and he needs 18 of those points. So I like that a lot. I think this might be my favorite one of the day. It was going into this video, and now seeing that over-under number, I like him even more. So let's take a look at center, going against the Kings here. So center versus the Kings is one of the easier matchups right there. So yeah, Christian Wood, I think, has got to be my favorite play of the day for sure. So far, just looking at these early numbers, and it gets even better. Last 7, they're allowing 31.12 points to the center position. They must have played like Joel Embiid, I feel like. They probably did. That's why the number's so high. Maybe all 3 of these teams did. But yeah, I always say don't pay attention to really the number, though. Pay attention to where they rank among other teams. So they're the 3rd easiest against the center in the last 7 games. Great look. Love this for Christian Wood. Guy's been killing this lately. He needs 18 points. High over-under game. Probably my favorite play of the day. Let me know what you guys think about that one down in the comments. If you guys have your own player props, definitely leave them down in the comments too. Help some other people out. Give other people some ideas for some of these props. But all right, Harrison Barnes, rebounds. This is one that I'm kind of just now hopping on. I've never really taken him in the past or anything. I think I've taken everyone else in the past I've mentioned in this video. Yeah, for sure. But Harrison Barnes, 5.5 rebounds here. So one that I'm kind of new to. Sacramento here. Small forward going against the Houston Rockets. 5-point spread, 239 over under. We already took a look at that game a little bit. So again, small forward going against the Rockets. Let's take a look at season long. Small forward rebounds. So, okay. Houston Rockets. They're actually one of the harder matchups against the small forwards to rebound. So maybe this is one we don't want to touch. Yeah, 5.85. Yeah, probably don't touch this one. Is what I'd say after looking at those numbers. But he was 6 for 10 in his last 10 games. Has not played them this season, but he was 3 for 3 last season against Houston Rockets. So things change though from year to year. So he's got a pretty good hit rate, good track record against Houston Rockets, but they've been really stingy for rebounds in the past couple games. So maybe it's one you don't really want to go ahead and touch. So all right, let's take a look at one last one here. It's a 3-point makes one. I think I've taken this maybe one time before, but Terry Rozier, he's an interesting one here. So 3-point makes. So 3-point makes. He needs 4 to go ahead and hit this. 3 to go ahead and push. I'm pretty confident that he'll push in this one at least. But obviously, we're not really looking to push. We're looking to kind of hit that 4 number. So he's averaging 4.2 in his last 5. Coming off a 2 3-point makes game, so that's not really what we're looking for. But 3-point makes is what he's at currently. So some quick stats on Terry Rozier. He's 8 for 10 at hitting this in his last 10 games. He had 3 last matchup versus Orlando, so he pushed last time where he played 37 minutes. So it's a blowout potential game, so kind of be aware of that. I don't remember what the score was between them last time. I'm not sure if it blew out, but he did play 37 minutes. So it's an interesting one. It's a big point spread. Look into this. Make sure this game doesn't blow out and he gets the minutes that he wants. But shooting guard going against Orlando. Let's take a look at this here. Maybe he'll knock out some 3-pointers right off the bat. So, all right, shooting guard going against Orlando. So Orlando, what is that, the 6th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6th easiest matchup season long against shooting guard to 3-point makes. Last 7 games, Orlando is, what is that, top 10 maybe? It's probably around the top 10 range. 11? Yeah, 10 or 11 against the 3-point makes for shooting guards in the last 7 games. So it's a really, really good matchup for Rozier. It just depends if he gets the minutes. If he doesn't get the minutes, there's a chance he doesn't hit this. I still think he'll push. If he can at least get like 30, 32 minutes around there. Hopefully he gets a little bit more than that. But he should be able to hopefully at least push in this one. And obviously we're looking to hit on this one. But probably one of the safer ones maybe. But by far, I think my favorite one of the day has got to be Christian Wood. I would not be surprised if they bump him up to 18.5. I'd fully expect this one to get bumped up to 18.5. I'd be kind of surprised if it didn't. It just looks too good right now for Christian Wood in today's game. There's no like questionables or anything, is there? Anyone coming back? I guess that could affect him a little bit. Probably not that much though. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why he's not moved up, but I don't know. I don't think that's gonna affect him too much, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But that's gonna do it for today's video, man. Appreciate you watching. Again, if anyone's new, if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. Patreon link, Prize Picks link, Discord link, all in the description. And just make sure you guys like the video and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Goodbye.